Hey YouTube, welcome back to my show, The Leopard Cat. We are fun, sexy, fearless, independent, and always opinionated. I am here to do a special Halloween video. I was debating about doing which one, whether I should do like my top three horror films that scared the absolute crap out of me, or should I do my history or the reason why I started watching American Horror Story. So I think I'm going to do both. I just want to do both. So let's get into it. I think I want to start with my top three horror films, and I also did a article about it. Did an article, and I'm going to link that below, and it's just my top three films that scared the crap out of me. I have a long history of horror. And I used to be the girl like 6, 7 years old in the dark watching Child's Play 2. And it would just never scare me. Like I was very fearless of horror films. And then when I started living with my grandparents, my grandpa would watch sci-fi day and night. So he controlled the downstairs TV and that's what I would watch. So I didn't really get afraid of a lot of stuff. But these three films scared me to the point that I cannot watch them with and go to sleep. Like I have like phobias and dreams and all of that. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with a review for I just want to talk about it, and I'm gonna talk about each movie. I'm not gonna watch them because I said they scared the crap out of me, but I'm gonna start with The Skeleton Key. Now Bondi Blue, and I might link her video below, she did a review on it, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, that movie scared the crap out of me." Like, let me know when you did your review because I would be watching, but it scared the crap out of me. And I was kind of happy she didn't do a watch along with it because I didn't want to like watch it with her. I just kind of wanted to see her opinion on it. And watching it for the first time, it was kind of okay, but the second, third time I watched it, I was like, "Ooh, this movie is very bothersome." I think it's because mostly the ending. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the ending, the bad people or the antagonists win. Like that's why the protagonist people get taken over, and it's just no closure. They bad people are still doing the dirt that they were doing in the beginning of the movie. Anyway, it starts off with a woman named Caroline, played by Kate Hudson, and she's a hospice nurse. She's a caretaker, and she's reading to this man who's dying, and basically his family just left him there. They don't care about him, and it kind of reflects off how she felt about her father because he died, and she wasn't there to take care of him, and she kind of feels like she has to take care of old people just to kind of help her feel better about not taking care of her father. And I'm just like, oh my god. Whoo, guilt trip. And then she goes to this Louisiana house down in a swamp area, and she sees this old woman named Violet and her husband, and they live in this old house, and it's just like, is this house haunted? And she goes there, and she's supposed to be taking care of this old man who's had a stroke. So basically the woman's just like basically being kind of rude to her, like, "Yeah, I know you written on. Last few nurses I had here came, stayed a few minutes, and then left. I know you're going to be the same." Basically she's just like, "I'm just here to help." But as time goes on, the woman Violet starts kind of letting her in, and Caroline is literally like, "Curiosity killed the freaking cat, girl. Why don't you stop being so nosy?" It couldn't have been me because after seeing no mirrors in the house, because she told him, she's like, "There's no mirrors in this house. We don't put up mirror. You can have a little compact mirror, but no mirrors in this house." Like it bothers him. He doesn't like to see the mirrors. I don't like the mirrors, and that's just what it is. So Caroline, after a while, she discovers that the attic she gives her a skeleton key to the attic, and she sends her up there to get something. Violet does, and she goes up there and she sees this attic door like shaking or whatever, and she just like tries to go in there to see what it is, but she can't. The key doesn't work. So she goes down, and Violet just tells the woman, "Oh, we don't go in the attic. I've been living all these ships. We don't go in the attic." She's been living in there since like the 1960s. She's like, "We don't go in the attic." And she was just like, "Well, wasn't he in the attic when he had a stroke?" And she was just like, oh, yeah, but we don't go in that attic because, we don't go in that attic. It's just never, I have no idea why, but we don't go in there. You want me to fix you some sweet tea? Honey. And she just changes the subject. And it's just like, see, she's doing this so that you'll ask more questions. Because if it was me, I'd be like, oh, okay. And I would not explore. Like, I wouldn't go through people's houses, looking through their homes, going to attics that she says she never goes in for whatever the reason. But, of course, Caroline is very nosy, very suspicious, very curious. But curiosity killed the cat. So after a while, she just goes and she explores the house and she sees, all these hoodoo and voodoo things there. And she sees a doll that looks just like her. And let me make sure my thing is off. She sees a voodoo doll that looks just like her, and she goes and see all these body parts and these jars in the attic. And Violet's just leading her up there. She goes to see Joy Bryan, who I think her name is Jill in the freaking movie, and she just tells her how she is suspicious of what's going on at this place. She's just like, my people, they do hoodoo and voodoo. Hoodoo, you could believe with that, whatever you want to believe in, God, the devil, spirits, whatever you want to do, you could believe in it. But I don't believe in that stuff. Like, if you want to believe in it, you go right ahead and do it. And she shows her where her grandmother goes to get her rituals and stuff. It's a laundromat. She's like, you can go in there. She was like, why don't you want to? She was like, because I don't want to be a part of that. I don't believe in it. I'm not about to mess with it. And so she goes in there. And she wants to know what happened to Ben. And she wants to know what happened to Ben. And the black woman in there just like, what's the nature of his injuries? Like, he can't talk. He can't really walk. He can't do anything. She just goes, so she was like, he's been crossed. She goes, yes. She's like, you want to know what happened to him? She goes, yes, I do. So she gives her all his rituals and whatnot. So she can uncross him and see what happened to him and who did it. So, basically she goes and she puts some mirrors in the freaking house, and the old woman finds out just like, Caroline, I already told you, no mirrors. This is not your house, and you heard me. No mirrors. And she was like, she was like, oh, you want to know what happened? Why we don't have the mirrors? Let me tell you the story. And she tells her the story about how these two black servants used to live and work in the house. Mama Cecile and Justified, whatever their names are. And she basically tells them, one night, white people hung them when they found out that they was up in the attic. They was having this party. And they all wanted to see what happened to the kids, And the kids were in the attic with them doing all this voodoo ritual crap, going in trance and spells and all that. And they said, oh, hell no. You ain't doing this to our kids. So they hung the two maids. Okay? And when they hung the two maids, their spirits went into the house. Okay? In the house. See, he said, so that's why he said he sees their spirits and their sees the ghosts in the mirrors. That's why we don't have the mirrors around. She was like, yeah, but what happened to the people who hung him? He's like, and they never got justice. Money did his thing. He ended up killing his wife and then killing himself. And then after that, his two children, like I said, two children with two spirits lived in that house until they did, her and her husband, in 1962, okay? And she just goes, oh, okay. And, she keeps wanting to figure out what happened to Ben. So she goes to this old abandoned gas station, and she sees this woman who looks like she's blind. And it's this spell that's on this record, and she's playing it. And she goes, well, what is this? And the woman goes, she was like, what is this? Is it a spell? What does it do? She said, it'll keep you from dying. She said, not forever. And I have goosebumps. She said, but for a long, long time. Said, Justified, he was planning on making this spell and trying to perfect it. But he died before he got the chance to. He said, but it'll keep you from dying. He goes, not forever. And to make matters worse, and it's just like, why can't you understand? Haul your behind out of there. Get out of Louisiana, go back home where you came from. She can't do it. She can't do it. And I see now I'm going to have to break this up to two parts. Anywho, she ends up going to go see the nurse who previously worked for Violet and being in the black woman just like, yeah, I found out everything that went on in the house. I had to leave. She said, people around here told me, don't nothing good come from that house. Don't nothing good come from the house. And then Caroline was just like, with this lawyer who's been there helping her, and with this lawyer, and she's just like, she was like, I heard nothing good came from the house. She was like, well, I heard, Caroline tells the black woman, well, if you don't believe in the hoodoo and the voodoo, I thought it can't hurt you. She said in a very hush-like voice, she said, then I suggest you leave the house before you do. She was like, you saying you think she did that to her husband? She goes, don't you? Like, don't you have any sense enough to leave? So she doesn't leave. And they are setting her up. I mean, she tries to do the brick, put the brick on the all around the freaking door where Violet can't come in. But Violet already hit to her. She's like, oh, Caroline, me and you, we need to have some gumbo. I'm making you dinner. That's what we need to do. Because you think I'm dumb? Gumbo, 8 o'clock. So basically, she's like, what did you do to him? She was like, he's my husband. I do whatever I want to him. And, she's basically just saying all this. But, honey, at the end of this movie, they do this ritual where they have Caroline tries to do this ritual thinking it's protected, but it doesn't. It keeps her inside this circle of protection where she can't leave. And the lawyer, remember that, the lawyer and Violet, the older woman, they do this ritual thing where they literally take they are Mama Cecile and Justified and other people's bodies. And they take on other people's bodies so that they can keep on living forever. So that's what they do. The older woman is Mama Cecile, and the lawyer is Justified. Mama Cecile literally puts her soul into Caroline's body. So now doing this whole ritual, and she's like, I don't believe. She goes, oh yes you do, and they scream like ah, and the mirror goes through her, and next thing you know, Caroline wakes up and she's Mama Cecile. And the lawyer says, she's like, you all right, Mama Cecile? She goes, yeah, I'm fine, Justified. You okay? He goes, yeah. He goes, he looks in the mirror, because he's Justified, but he's in the lawyer body. She's Mama Cecile, but she's in Caroline's body. And she goes, I told you I'm one of the black woman bodies. She goes, honey, the black ones never stay, and beggars can't be choosers. And in the mirror, they also showed how she took over the bodies of the young kids. So really, they hung their kids' spirit, and then they went into their bodies while they were being burned. So that's what happened with that movie. Oh my God. I don't want to talk too long, but it is so good. It scared me because it was just like even though I really don't believe in conjuring and all of that, I really do believe that some people believe in this, and I'm a God-fearing Christian. I don't, but some people believe in it, and yeah, that's the movie, The Skeleton Key. It scared the crap out of me, and they're still continuing. I want to see a sequel to see who else they're gonna take up afterwards. Kate Hudson, she said she got scared doing this film, and I said I don't blame you. Anyway, I'm gonna come back to do 2 more films. I'm gonna make them shorter, and I'm gonna do how I got started watching American Horror Story and why, and all that. And like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.